Yakwe and warm greetings from Majuro Marshall Islands to each and every one of you gathered here today. On behalf of the people and the government of the Republic of the Marshall Islands, it is an honor to join you across the ocean but close in spirit. 80 years ago this month, on March 7th, 1946, the people of Bikini Atoll left their beloved homeland. They left the graves of their ancestors. They left the land that has sustained their families for generations. They left for the good of mankind and to end all world wars, so that the United States could test their nuclear and thermonuclear weapons. The Bikinians were told that if their islands did not turn into glass, they would be able to return in a short amount of time. Short amount of time. But that short amount of time has now become 80 long years. The nuclear testing program began in July 1946 and continued in the Marshall Islands until 1958. On Bikini Atoll, the United States detonated 3 atomic weapons and 20 hydrogen bombs, the largest of which was the 15-megaton Bravo shot on March 1st, 1954. It was 1,000 times more powerful than the atomic bombs used against Japan during the Second World War. The Bravo shot did not only strike Bikini. Its radioactive fallout spread across the entire northern Marshall Islands, exposing families who were still living on those islands. Children played in radioactive ash that fell like snow. Mothers prepared food covered in poison they could not see, and fathers fished in waters that had been forever changed. And yet the people of Bikini sacrificed for the good of mankind. They sacrificed for the world. They sacrificed for peace. And because of what happened in the Marshall Islands, the world saw the true power of nuclear weapons. The world saw islands that disappeared and evaporated in seconds. The world saw islands that could become uninhabitable for generations. And because the world saw this, humanity took a step back from the edge of destroying itself. So when the world speaks about peace today, they must also remember the people of Bikini, because our sacrifice helped protect the world from another world war. But today, the sacrifice of Bikinians remain unfinished, because justice has not yet come. The world benefited from our sacrifice, yet the people of Bikini still carry that burden. Today, over 7,000 Bikinians are scattered across the world. Some live on Kili Island, some on Edgege, some here on Majuro. Others live far away in the United States, states like Arkansas, Washington, and there in Oregon, and among other communities. But there is one place where no Bikinians live today: Bikini Atoll, the homeland of our ancestors. And as I stand before you today, I feel the weight of sorrow in every heartbeat. We are people marked by tragedy. Our lives were forever changed by decisions made long ago and far away from our shores. We carry not only our own pain, we carry the pain of our parents, the pain of our grandparents, the pain of our ancestors whose lands were taken and whose lives were forever altered. I would like to end my remarks by quoting the Bikini anthem, written by our first magistrate, Lore Kejibu. Icha per mol, ait icha per ainamol. Kan ailengawa imelan goye. No longer can I stay. No longer can I live in peace and harmony. No longer can I rest upon my sleeping mat and pillow. Al emodala. My spirit leaves me drifting around and around until it is caught in a powerful current. a current so strong that it leaves me helpless and filled with despair. This is the feeling of many Bikinians today, as if we're caught in a powerful current, drifting, searching, trying to hold on to our identity, trying to hold on to our home. Because the truth remains that the people of Bikini are still exiled, living far away from the island they call home. An island they believe is a Jolit Jenanich, a gift from God. Because to the Marshallese people, land is not just land. It is our identity. It is our history. It is our connection to our ancestors. And it is our covenant with God. When the people of Bikini lost their island, they did not lose only land. They lost a part of who they are. Today we pause in reflection, we pause in respect, and we remember the 167 Bikinians who first left their homeland on this day in 1946. Let us never forget their sacrifice. Let us never forget their suffering. Because for the people of Bikini, the story is not only history, it is our present. And until the day our children can come once again live safely on Bikini Atoll, our story is not yet finished. 80 years later, the people of Bikini are still without their home. Jochigu im al lamoren. I thank you and kumul tada.